What's up, guys? If you're watching this video, means you've heard about DeepSeek in news and you're curious to know what's going on. In this short video, I'll give you some clues about the major differences between DeepSeek and ChatGPT. So stay tuned, please. DeepSeek released its AI assistant recently, which uses the V3 model as a chatbot app for iOS and Android. And its chatbot reportedly is able to answer questions, solve logic problems, and write computer programs as good as the other chatbots on the market, or even better from some of them in some areas. It's according to the benchmark test that American AI companies been using. DeepSeek is available for free to both researchers and commercial users. The code for the model was made open source under the MIT license, as we have many other open source products under this standard licensing model, the MIT license. And it also has an additional license agreement regarding open and responsible downstream usage for the model itself. So it's a big advantage of that. It is open source, while ChatGPT is a closed source one. If you refer to the DeepSeek papers, you see that it's using an architecture called MOE, or the mixture of experts. Training large language models or LLMs often needs significant computational resources, which can be a major barrier for many organizations and researchers to step into this area. The mixture of experts, or MOE, it's a technique that addresses this challenge by breaking down large models into smaller specialized networks. It's similar to having a doctor for medical issues, a mechanic for car problems, and a chef for cooking. Each expert handles what they do best, and by collaborating, these specialists can solve a broader range of problems more effectively than a single generalist. So if you look at this diagram, the problem goes to the DeepSeek engine, and then DeepSeek engine sends that out to the different specialists that it's got. So based on the uh, response that comes back from those specialists, it gathers the information and generates the solution at the end. So using this method and this technique makes it very effective and quicker than ChatGPT. Uh, Also, MOE uses 671 billion parameters, but activates only 37 billion per query, which is optimizing the computational efficiency. Uh, if we look at the ChatGPT is using a monolithic model with 1.8 trillion parameter, which is like having a single generalist to triage and fix any problem. So that's another main difference between DeepSeek and ChatGPT. The second major difference of DeepSeek is using reinforcement learning technique, or RL. It's a type of machine learning technique where a computer agent learns to perform a task through repeated trial and error interactions within a dynamic environment. In simple terms, agent makes action in an environment, observe the behavior, and by repeating this process, works out which action generates the desired behavior. On the other side, ChatGPT uses advanced chain of thought, or COT processing method. Imagine you're teaching a friend a new recipe. You wouldn't just tell them the name of the final dish and what it looks like. You would walk them through each step, from gathering ingredients to mixing and baking. Chain of thought prompting works similarly with large language models to guide the AI through reasoning steps before arriving at the final answer. In chain of thought prompting, you provide the LLM with prompts that break down the problem into a smaller logical chunks, as you can see in the uh, diagram and on the screen. In standard way, you give input and you get output. But in COT, the input goes through multiple steps and output is generated based on those steps. Next important factor is the training cost for DeepSeek and ChatGPT. DeepSeek LLM has been trained in 55 days at a cost of 5.5 million, which is less than 1/10 of ChatGPT's expensive. This is significantly cheaper. As I pointed out earlier, training LLMs often needs significant computational resources, which can be a major barrier for many organizations and researchers to step into this area. But now DeepSeek can pave the way for them, and they can just use DeepSeek for their uh, researches and for their projects. Just get to the interesting part. What are the concerns that we need to consider if we want to use DeepSeek? The most important concern is security and privacy. According to their privacy policy, your data is collected and stored in servers located in China. So this is something that you need to know. Uh, there are concerns that government of China could use the AI system for foreign influence operations, spreading disinformation, surveillance, and the development of cyber weapons. Uh, this has become a concern for authorities in different countries, and they've started to review its impact on their national security. And even some governments, like Taiwan, banned the use of DeepSeek at government ministries on security grounds. Censorship is the next concern you need to know about it here. It's been observed that the official application programming interface or API version of DeepSeek, which runs from servers located in China, uses censorship mechanism for topics that are considered politically sensitive for the government of China. Why this is important? If you are researching about this kind of topics using DeepSeek, you may get disinformation or the best case scenario, less correct answers. Alrighty, hopefully this video gave you a little bit of context about DeepSeek and its differences with ChatGPT. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, like the video if you found it valuable, and write your comments for us. See you soon.